Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Third Eye Media. Sorry for the delay. Let's begin with March 30 current affairs. Okay, these are the articles which were covered in the Hindu newspaper on March 30. So let's discuss one by one. First topic was energy consumption at new high in city. The Greater Hyderabad area consumers of different categories consumed a record 79.48 million units of energy on Thursday, surpassing the previous highest of 79.33 MU recorded on May 19 last year. The consumption is expected to go up further during the coming weeks with summer temperatures soaring constantly. According to the officials of Southern Power Distribution Company of Telangana Limited, the maximum daily energy consumption was 67.97 MU in the Greater Hyderabad limits, with the average daily consumption being 57.84 MU. However, this year the daily average energy consumption had increased by 22.7% this year at 70.96 MU. So this is all about the chart. So what is this? Energy consumption in Telangana. The state clocked highest intraday peak load of power on the transmission system at 15,623 megawatt on March 8 this year. The previous highest of 15,497 megawatt was recorded on March 30 last year. So last year it was 15,497. At present it is 15,623 megawatt. Highest ever daily energy consumption was recorded on March 13 this year when it clocked 311.04 mega units. In March last year, the highest daily energy consumption was recorded at 303.43 mega units on March 3. So basically, this March the daily energy consumption has crossed the last year's highest on 6 days already. So we are basically crossing our energy consumption limits when compared to the previous years. Next, 39 STPs from Amrut scheme to line Moosi River and city. Hyderabad Metropolitan Water Supply and Sewerage Board, tasked with building STPs for Moosi Riverfront Development Project, also needs to develop an interceptor pipeline network along the river to divert sewage into STPs, that is known as sewage treatment plants. A major component in the efforts to rejuvenate the Moosi River along the lines of the River Thames in London invariably involve dealing with the former's dirty water blackened by human and industrial waste. The project to revitalize the Moosi and develop its surroundings includes the installation of a host of new sewage treatment plants along the river's 55-kilometer stretch between Narsingi to the west and Gaurelli to the east. According to highly placed officials, the Union Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has sanctioned 39 more STPs under the Atal Mission for Rejuvenate Nation and Urban Transformation. That is nothing but your Amrut scheme. Amrut scheme stands for Atal Mission for Rejuvenate Nation and Urban Transformation, and these plans will be used in Moosi Riverfront Development Project. One more proposal to ensure fresh water flow in the river entails pumping water from the Godavari River into the Usman Sagar and Himayat Sagar reservoirs. So there are many efforts going on to actually make Moosi River, so actually to rejuvenate or to actually treat this Moosi River back to its previous place. So they are trying to actually clean the Moosi River. Next, notify norms to make movies accessible to disabled persons. High Court. So court directs I&B Ministry to notify the guidelines by July 15. The order came on a petition by 4 persons with visual and hearing disabilities. Court directs I&B Ministry to notify the guidelines by July 15. The order came on petition by 4 persons. Okay. The Delhi High Court has given the center time till July 15 to notify the guidelines for making films accessible to persons with hearing and visual disabilities. Various rights have been recognized for persons and disabilities under the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act. Most films which are released in India do not cater to disabled persons despite the statute having been enacted more than 5 years ago. The ministry had issued various directions to the Film Producers Association and to the Central Board of Film Certification in October 2019 to use audio description and subtitles and closed captions in all films. Next, celebratory firing at weddings is a recipe for disaster, says Supreme Court. The Supreme Court in a judgment has highlighted the often disastrous consequences of uncontrolled and unwarranted celebratory firing at weddings, including the maiming or loss of innocent lives. This is the second time in as many years the court has raised its voice against the culture of gun-toting bravado. Okay. In February 2023, the court had condemned the easy availability and possession of guns, mostly country made or unlicensed, in states like Uttar Pradesh as a feudal practice that cocks a snook at the very basic fundamental right, the right to life, guaranteed under Article 21 of the Constitution. So, like firing these weddings, so celebratory firings at weddings are taking lives of many. So, we should be very careful and try to avoid such things in Uttar Pradesh. So, because Article 21 gives life and life right to personal liberty to each and every individual. That is nothing but your right to life. Next, Manipur government assures High Court of aid to UPSC aspirants. So, UPSC prelims exam is going to be held in May. So, let's get into touch now. Let's get into some details regarding it. The Delhi High Court has accepted the Manipur's government assurance to extend financial assistance to candidates from the hills districts who have opted for centers outside the strife-torn state for the Civil Services Examination 2024. The UPSC said candidates from the hill districts who have at present opted for Imphal as their examination center can choose any of the following centers like Aizawl from Mizoram, Kohima from Nagaland, Shillong from Meghalaya, Dispur from Assam, Jorhat from Assam, Kolkata from West Bengal and Delhi. Next, IMA releases, there is nothing what IMA stands for, Indian Medical Association releases Charter of Demands from doctors. Center helped them maintain the purity of modern medicine to bring in strict measures to protect medical staff while on duty, reduce GST burden on healthcare products and insurance, and exempt small and medium hospitals up to 50 beds and clinics from the Clinical Establishments Registration and Regulation Act of 2020. These are some of the demands which are actually given by IMA. So, I don't think they will be accepting. Next, delaying new duty norms hampers air safety, pilot's body. The new rules were framed following concerns over mounting fatigue among pilots. They provided enhanced rest by raising the weekly rest from 36 hours to 48 hours and curtailing nighttime flying, which is known to impact alertness levels and crew performance among other measures. The action of the DGCA, that is Director General of Civil Aviation, not only endangers pilot safety but also undermines the safety of passengers, which the implementation of revised CAR, that is Civil Aviation Requirement or Rules, could prevent. The Federation of Indian Pilots has said in its letter to the Ministry of Civil Aviation and the Director General of Civil Aviation on Thursday. Next, Indian Navy seizes hijacked Iranian vessel, rescues crew. Indian Navy ships Sumeda and Trishul intercepted and freed a hijacked Indian Navy ships Sumeda and Trishul intercepted and freed a hijacked Iranian fishing vessel Al Kambar after forcing the pirates to surrender, the Navy said late on Friday. The crew, comprising 23 Pakistani nationals, have been safely rescued. Al Kambar was approximately 90 nautical miles southwest of Socotra when it was reportedly boarded by 9 armed pirates. So, recently these pirate activities are going on, increasing. So, for that also Sankalp, a mission was taken up by India where 100 days of recce was done in this particular Indian Ocean region. The government extends validity of FCRA registration of NGOs till June 30. The Union Home Ministry on Thursday extended the validity of Foreign Contribution, that is FCRA, Foreign Contribution Regulation Act registration of non-government organizations and associations till June 30. GEM may offer work contracts. The procurement portal wants work contracts for construction projects to also be bid out through the platform with a transparent monitoring mechanism. Procurements through the GEM platform this year rises past the 4 lakh crore mark. So, what is GEM? Government e-marketplace, an online platform for public procurement of goods and services. Now, it also plans to seek the center's approval to enable work contracts for construction and building projects to also be bid out through the platform with a transparent monitoring mechanism to assess the progress in such contracts. This is a part of a broader reboot of GEM platform, which is now used for everything from critical defense procurements to services like aircraft chartering and printing of election related material, its Chief Executive Officer PK Singh said on Friday. The planned upgrade includes a revamp of its online interface to switch to an open application programming interface APD architecture that will allow individual departments, states and local bodies to create customized micro procurement portals with multilingual interfaces and flexibilities for local rules. On work contracts, Mr. Singh said the tendering process is often time consuming. starting with the need to draft requests for proposals that can take 6 months to a year. And the tendering process often attracts only local contractors and also faces delays. If the GEM is allowed for such projects, a contractor in Kerala can bid for work in Rajasthan and the project's progress can be monitored online. Milestone linked payments released electronically, which save contractors from having to pursue officers, and post contract management features can also be included, the CEO said. So from now contracts, it is asking centers approval to keep this contract biddings in the GEM marketplace itself, that is nothing but government e-marketplace, so that people are across the India can bid for work contracts and through this particular online interface. Next, so we can see here, GEM says it wants to expedite the tendering process for public work contracts and attract contractors across India, consuming and attracts only local contractors. Total GMV of procurement via the GEM platform doubled from 2.1 lakh crore in 2022-23. Platform now used even for defense procurement. Currently, the tendering process for public procurement is often time. Next, India must pay DT $132 million in Davis case award, US court. The US District Court for the District of Columbia has confirmed a $132 million award to Deutsche Telekom against Deutsche Telekom, we can say DT, against India. The German firm has petitioned the court to confirm this award, even as India has countered the petition to get the award dismissed. The award by the UN Commission on International Trade Law Arbitration had found India in violation of the bilateral investment treaty between Germany and India. The reason cited was that it had held the government of India had terminated a spectrum deal between state-owned Antrix and Davis in 2011. DT was a shareholder in Davis. DT had sought enforcement of the award in the US. India had tried to get this petition dismissed on 2 counts. First, that the US was not the appropriate jurisdiction, that is forum non-convenience. Second, that DT did not have sufficient evidence to claim the award. The court said DT met its burden of proof. So now India had to pay this 132 million to that particular company now. So that's all. These were the articles which were actually published on March 30 or in the Hindu newspaper, March 30 in the Hindu newspaper. So I have discussed only the important articles. So you just again go and refer these things once again, so that it will be memorized to you. So that's all for this particular day. Sorry for the delays. We are doing it so due to personal reasons we are doing some delays. So thank you. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channels. Bye.